For this challenge, I'm taking on a lumberjack. Now, I've already decided the parameters of the challenge, and that's because I've already got a very good idea of how I'm going to beat him. Rog Lander has been a professional lumberjack for over a quarter of a century. He'll be no pushover. The American Labor Bureau call lumberjacking the most dangerous job there is. He's equally proficient with an axe, handsaw and chainsaw, and has felled over 300,000 trees in his 25 years.
Hi.
How you doing?
Not too bad.
Do you think I've got a chance?
No way.
I like the confidence. Good luck. May the best man win.
You'll need it.
So, Big Rog doesn't seem in the least bit worried. But then, he doesn't know what I've got planned. It's very simple. We each chop down 5 trees with the chainsaw. Fastest person wins. However, one of the parameters is this. Your time starts when the first tree hits the ground. Now, this is very important. And you'll understand why very soon. My plan relies on an incredibly dangerous technique. So before I even think of attempting it, I seek expert advice. Not from a lumberjack, but from mathematical mastermind Matt Parker. What are we looking for?
We're looking for some trees that line up perfectly.
Finding a specific configuration of trees is an essential part of my plan. I'm going to use a highly contentious method I've heard of, which is the domino effect. One tree hitting the other, and they all fall down at the same time. So, if I can get all my trees to knock into each other, I'm definitely going to beat him. If I use Matt's precise knowledge of angles and forces to cut in exactly the right spot, everything else should fall into place. These look quite interesting.
This row of trees is exactly what we need, all dead straight.
OK.
We want the tree to fall exactly this way, so we're
Okay.
going to take a notch out of this side to direct the movement. So what you're going to do is make one straight cut all the way around the tree here,
Okay.
and then you're going to cut up underneath it at 45 degrees and meet that to cut a little notch out of the tree.
Matt explains that cutting an angled notch out of the tree will mean it will only be able to fall in one direction, towards the next tree in line. However, all of the wood at the back of the tree is still keeping it in place, so it needs a second cut at a 45-degree angle to make it unstable. But that cut mustn't go all the way through. I need to leave 10% of the trunk intact to act as a hinge, which means the tree will lean back on itself slightly until an external force pushes it over, in this case, another tree. So that's why the time starts when the first tree hits the ground, to give me a chance to put in all these preliminary cuts. Will it be enough to knock over the trees in front of it?
Yes, it comes down, turns into kinetic energy, and it's that momentum when it hits the next tree that bumps it on. But then that tree's got its own energy, so it bumps the next one, that's got energy, bumps the next one. It's maths with a chainsaw.
Rog, here's the deal. We're each going to chop 5 trees with a chainsaw.
OK.
Your time starts when you felled your first tree.
Yes.
Fastest man wins. Simple as that.
Easy.
Easy?
Easy.
Poor Rog. He's got no idea what I'm up to. OK, Rog, you ready?
No worries.
Remember, his time won't start until the first tree hits the ground. He's off and cutting, using a traditional felling cut with a notch out the front and a straight horizontal cut to the back. This cut controls the direction the tree falls. Hasn't got a chance. 2 down. He's going quite quick. He's on the last one. Rog has made that look easy at just 13 seconds per tree.
Well done. No worries.
1 minute, 6 seconds.
Not bad at all.
I know what I've got to beat.
You certainly do. I've been doing this job for 25 years. I love it when these city boys come up here, think they could do our jobs. No chance.
Let's put this theory to the test. Time to see if I can pull off my plan. Remember, my time doesn't start until the first tree hits the ground. So, unlike Rog, I'm doing all my cutting very slowly and precisely before a single tree is felled. Get the cuts wrong and the trees will fall before I'm ready or miss each other completely. It's a high-risk strategy, but it's my only hope of victory. Four trees prepped, and even though that's taken far longer than Roger's 1 minute 13, it doesn't matter. Assuming I've done everything right.
Get in! Boom! That's how we do it! That's not how we do it. You're not meant to do that at all. That is the most dangerous thing you could do when felling trees, so please don't try it.
I can't believe I've pulled that off. Less than a second per tree. I think I even impressed Rog.
That was quick, though, wasn't it?
Very quick, yeah.
Well, I take it from your reaction, I've done something I shouldn't have done.
Domino effect, mate. You know exactly what you've done.
I do, a little bit. It's frowned upon, isn't it?
Yeah, 4.5 seconds.
That's quick!
Very quick.
That's the only way I could beat you. All right.
Yeah.
I'll take the win. Grudgingly, I'll have to take the win. Thanks, Rog.
I could not believe that he'd actually had the audacity to use that method.